Hey guys, Simon and Alex here from Top Tennis Training, and this is video number 2 from our Instant Tennis Tips course with David Ferrer. Now in this video we're going to cover a very common problem that a lot of you out there will face, and this is on the slice. So the slice backhand. A lot of our viewers, a lot of people that we coach struggle with this problem, and today we're going to cover all the solutions, all the possible problems that you might have, and give you an instant tennis tip that will change your slice forever. So common problem number 1 for the slice on the backhand is a player that's holding the racket face. So during contact, the racket face is too close, so it's a flat racket face. This is common on a backhand. This is the racket face we want to have on the backhand because we're going to be applying topspin, and therefore brushing the ball up, we need that flat racket face. Now with slice, we want to have a slightly more open racket face, therefore allowing the ball to actually backspin off our strings. So if you're not holding the racket open enough, you will not get the slice that you need. It'll be a flat contact, and the more likely shot is going to go either in the net or out because it'll have no rotation. Remember, a slice or a topspin, it takes power away. So by slicing fast, by hitting the bottom side of the ball, you're going to take power away, but what happens is when the ball bounces, it ends up staying low and it also skids through the court. So on a fast surface like a grass court here that we have today, that slice would be sliding, like skidding through the shot a lot more, and making your opponent struggle with the next shot, hopefully giving you an easier shot to kill on the next one. Now common problem number 2 is players flicking the wrist during the contact zone. So they're trying to generate either the slice or the power or both, and they're trying to do this by flicking the wrist, which is going to affect the contact point, and it's going to make the ball shoot off in any direction. Remember, if you're changing the racket face, so you're changing the direction of where the racket is facing in a short period of time, you're going to find it very difficult to get the exact point of impact that you'll need to get the correct direction. So by doing this, you're actually shooting yourself in the foot. You're going to be missing a lot more balls than if you keep a wrist nice and solid through contact. So Alex, there we spoke about the common problems, but how do we fix this? Well, we have an instant tennis tip for you on the slice, and a very, very easy way of fixing the slice and those 2 common problems is to keep a ball in your hand. So when you're hitting against your partner or your coach, you keep one ball in your left hand, and as you hit the shot, as you hit the stroke, at the end of the stroke, you're going to place your ball on top of your racket, so your strings are going to be nice and open on the finish. So I take the racket back, I have my wrist locked back, I hit the shot, it's locked back, and I finish the shot, and I place the ball on top of the racket. If you've not done it correctly, if you've changed the racket face, you're going to finish like this. That ball is not going to be able to stay on your racket. So if I finished it correctly, I want to have a nice open racket face throughout contact. So throughout the shot, and at the end I'm going to place my ball, and it's a really easy way for you to be like, right, did I finish the right way? Did I flick the wrist? If you're going to flick the wrist, again, that racket, the ball is going to fly off the strings. If you've kept that wrist on the left side, you're going to keep that ball on top of the racket. Now notice that throughout the swing and throughout the stroke, Alex is maintaining almost an L shape, the letter L, in his arm and the racket. So it's never turning into an I shape, which would be out there. So it's always in that L shape throughout the contact point, throughout the start of the stroke and the contact point and the finish. And this is true for all slices that you may encounter. You're never going to let that racket flop out. You're never going to let the racket swing across with your wrist. So you don't want to flick shots. You want to have a nice solid contact throughout, because when that ball contacts the racket, you want it to generate the slice. You want the impact to be firm. It's not going to be a loose impact with your wrist. You know, anytime you flick the wrist and it's not locked back, you're not going to get the power, you're not going to get the desired effect on the ball. The ball's not going to slice enough to stay low. It's always going to sit up for your opponent if you're doing this. Now, a great drill you can do yourself is have 2 balls in your hand. You're going to feed the first ball to yourself, you're going to take the racket back, you're going to slice,
and you're going to place the ball on top of the racket. So I have two balls in my hand, I feed the ball to myself, I keep the racket back, I slice, I put the ball on top of the strings. So at all times will the racket face stay nice and open, making it easy for me to place that ball. After I've done this, now I can actually have a rally with my friend, and I can keep doing that. As I hit the slice, I'll put the ball there, and then I'll play the next slice. So now me and Simon are going to demonstrate that. Now, a common problem for players that don't open the racket face at the start and contact and at finish will be, because the racket face is now flat, what they do is they end up going under the ball, so they end up like pushing the ball up because they're trying to get the ball over the net. Because one, if you're not flicking the ball, you're going to have to make the ball go up a little bit, because like this is just going to be a flat contact, the ball is going to go very straight. So what you want to do is actually make the racket face a bit more open, so that you can come from higher up above the ball. So I start from above the ball, I hit the ball, I go down, it's almost like a U shape with my racket. So I want to do this and open the racket face, so it's a U shape going straight. What I don't want to do is to make it a low to high. So the low to high will not work, that'll be a flat contact. A high to low with a U will be the perfect contact and the perfect way for me to place the ball on top of the racket.
Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. That was video number 2 from my instant tennis tips course with David Ferrer.
Now in this video I actually ended up getting 3 instant tennis tips. 1 being the ball on the end of the strings, 2 making the L shape, not turning it into an I, and 3 keeping the U shape with your racket path. So starting high and finishing low, well, starting high, going low, and then finishing a little bit higher again. So you've got that U shape with the racket, the L shape with the wrist, and the ball at the end of the strings for a nice contact, so a nice racket face at the end.
Now video number 3 will be coming out in the coming days, so look out for it. If you haven't already subscribed to our email list, go and do that right away, so you'll get that video as soon as we release it.
Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, press the like button under the video, subscribe to our channel, we appreciate your support, and share it with your friends. Hope to see you soon.